Hello everyone, welcome to the lab of heat and mass transfer in the Department of Mechanical Engineering, New Campus, University of Engineering and Technology, Lahore. My name is Mohammad Adil Munir, and today we will learn the lab session number 10. So whenever I will open the lab section number 10, the lab session number 10, basically its statement is to determine the convective heat transfer coefficient of a solid cylinder using analytical transient temperature and heat flow charts, right? So we will have two objectives here. One is the use of Hazeler charts for lumped heat capacity system. So what is this lumped heat capacity system? Basically, whenever there is a heat transfer from hot to cold or from one surface to another surface, there is a transient period in the start. So in that transient period, that is called as lumped heat capacity system. So these are Hazeler charts, and we will use these charts to read some values of different characteristics. And we will also use properties like Biot number, I will explain you later, and Fourier number to calculate convective heat transfer unit. So the main apparatus we will use here is heat transfer service unit with unsteady state heat transfer unit. Its code is H111G. Unsteady state, it's same as I have mentioned you in the lumped heat capacity system. That is the transient stage of heat transfer. So main part we will use here is drain valve, water supply pump, 20 millimeter diameter brass cylinder, temperature sensor probe, water bath, and 20 millimeter diameter stainless steel cylinder. So before going into detail, I would like to tell you some detail. What is Biot number? Basically, Biot number is represented by this Bi, and actually this is the ratio of convective heat transfer over conductive heat transfer. For example, if we insert any solid material like cylinder into a liquid like water, and then we transfer some amount of heat, then the heat basically on the surface of that cylinder and the heat inside the cylinder, that is the ratio. On the surface it is convective heat transfer, and inside the cylinder that is a conductive heat transfer. So their ratio, this is called as Biot number. You can see that its formula is H is basically convective heat transfer unit, and L is the length, characteristic length, and K is basically, this is the thermal conductivity of the body. So this is Biot number. And then there is a term that is called as Fourier number. Fourier number is basically, it is the ratio of diffusive transport rate over storage rate. For example, if there is any cylinder, it will store some energy and it will also transport energy. So their ratio, this is called as Fourier number. And its formula is alpha into T over length square. Alpha is basically thermal diffusivity, and it may be determined by the value K over rho into C. So we will calculate these values to show you some detail about how we will use these values for the calculation. And now at this time, this thermal diffusivity, we will take a value, density, and the value of C and K. These are all will be given constant value. So we will determine this alpha or thermal diffusivity. We will use this value here, and we will divide it by length square. Time is the time at which we are taking the readings. So we will get this Fourier number. So some Hazeler charts, we use these charts to study some parameters by using this Fourier number and Biot number. So I will explain you it in later on. So first of all, before performing the experiment, we will learn about the observation table. So we will be given uh, a vessel or a bath into which we will fill our water, and we will provide some heat to the water. Then we will install some geometric shape into the bathtub, and into that geometric shape we will have a stainless steel cylinder or brass cylinder. We have different kind of cylinder or shapes. We can use either of them or any of them. So we will take the temperature of bath temperature, Then we will take the geometric center temperature, that is T3, and around that geometric center temperature, we will take the value of T2, that is the around area of this geometric center temperature. So we will measure all these three types of temperature for the brass as well as for the stainless steel. So this is our observation table. Then after performing the experiment, I will tell you that how we will calculate our different parameters by using this table. So now we will move towards the lab, but I will like to show to tell you that operators we are using here, that is a heavy voltage operators, and before start of experiment we need to check all types of switches and sockets so that any type of risk may be avoided during the performance, and we will use all types of protection personal protection equipment to avoid any type of problem. So let's move towards the lab and we will learn how to perform this experiment. Okay, we are in the lab and this is the operators for unsteady state heat transfer operators, and you can see that there is also a main console, and these are the different shapes we can use here. We have three different kinds of shape we will use here, and that is also a surface shape, cylindrical shape, and we may use any of them. So these shapes are made up of basically two different material. One is stainless steel and second is brass. So we may use any kind of shape. This is the bathtub in which we will fill the water. We have filled the water in this bathtub, and we will provide the heat to this water. So now we are going to perform the experiment. He just has taken out this shape. This is called as geometric center shape, and he is just attaching one of the material, that is stainless steel, with this shape. And you can see there are two knobs on this shape. One will measure the temperature of this shape, and second one will measure the temperature around of this shape. And he just has installed this into the bathtub, and we will now measure the three types of temperature here. One is a T1 for this bath temperature, T2 is the temperature around the cylinder, and T3 will be the temperature of cylinder. So now he is just attaching these sensors which are there thermocouple with the main console unit. We will read the values of all of these temperatures from this main unit. So now he will just switch on the operators, and these are on the right side the values of voltage that we may provide from this black knob. This is 281 volts and ampere is current. So these he is rotating the different he is rotating the red knob, and he will get the values of T1, T2 or T3. Now at this time the value is T3, and we can change voltage from here. In this experiment we don't need to change the voltage again and again, but it is the option we can change this voltage whatsoever the value we want to take for our reading. So from this red knob, he has switched the value to T2. We will measure the values of T1, T2, T3, and one thing is that we have to measure these values of temperature after each 5 second of interval, but it is somewhat difficult, so we may take the interval of 10 seconds. So after 10 seconds we will again note the value of T1, T2, T3, and then after 10 seconds we will again note the values, and after he has closed, now he will take out this shape out, and he will detach it, and now he will use the brass basically. So after he will attach the shape of another material, he again will repeat the experiment. So he will install this again in the bathtub. Again we will note the three temperature T1, T2 and T3. So again he will switch on the main console, and for the same voltage we will measure the value of T1, T2 and T3. We don't need to change the voltage actually here. We will measure the value of T1, T2, T3 at the interval of each 5 to 10 seconds. Better is to take the interval of 5 seconds, but you may use the intervals of 10 seconds. We will take the values of T1, T2, T3 continuously. We will keep on. We can change voltage, but it is not needed in this experiment actually. So this is all about how we will perform the experiment. We will take the readings of T1, T2, T3, and now I will inform you in the calculation stage that how we will use these readings to calculate the different parameters of this experiment. So now let's move towards our lab manual. Okay, coming back to our lab manual, we have got the three values of temperature. One is T1, that is the temperature of bath tub. What we have used here, the cylinder in which we have filled the water, that is the bathtub, and this is the temperature T1. And we will provide this temperature, and that will increase with the passage of time because it is the experiment in the transient stage. So before stabilizing the temperature, we will note all the value from 0 to 40 seconds. It is the we will take readings at the interval of 5 seconds, but practically it is somewhat difficult to take interval of 5 seconds. So we may take the readings after interval of 10 seconds. So this is the temperature T1. T2 is the temperature around the geometric, the shape which we have inserted into the bathtub. Around that shape, this is the temperature, and we have noted it through a sensor. And this is the T3 temperature, that is of the geometric shape center temperature. So we have taken the observation for two material. One is for brass and second one is for stainless steel. So we will use these three values of temperature to for our further calculation. So now this is the calculation table. We will calculate all of these values like theta, non-dimensional temperature, F naught Fourier number, Biot number, and then convective heat transfer coefficient for brass as well as for stainless steel. So now we will start our calculation. The first thing in this table is theta. Basically, theta is the value that is Tc minus T infinite sign divided by Ti minus T infinite sign. Now, what is this Tc? Tc is basically T3 we are taking here. So for each observation, for example, if you are calculating the value for 5 seconds, then you will use a value of T3 that is equal to Tc. And similarly, T infinite is the value of actually T1. And these two values are there. Now, this Ti is basically T3 at time 0 second. Mean when we have started the experiment, we have taken the reading at different interval, but when the time was 0 second, then the value of T3 will be used in this equation, whatsoever will be the value. So now we will get this theta value. Next is the Fourier number. Fourier number is basically alpha into T over length square. This alpha is basically thermal diffusivity, and it is a constant. Its value is K over rho into C. These values are given. These are all constant value. For example, for brass value, the value of K, its density, the value of C, these are all given. So you will calculate this alpha value. This is 3.7 into 10 to the power minus 5. This is one of the sample calculation we have made here. So for example, at T time, we will make calculations against the different time values 0 second, 5, 10, and up to so on, whatsoever the values we have taken here. So this is just a sample calculation for time is equal to 5 seconds. So if we are taking the time is equal to 5 seconds, then we can calculate this value of F naught, that is Fourier number, that is alpha. Alpha we have computed here. T is we will take here 5 seconds, and this length is basically characteristic length of geometric center that for cylinder. So it is given as 10 into 10 to the power minus 3. So we will take the values and we will get this Fourier number 1.85. So against we have got the value of this theta and this Fourier number. So this is these are the coordinates. So we will use the Hassler charts now to compute the value of this Biot number. For Hassler charts, these are the Hassler charts. You can see that if I will rotate its view towards clockwise, on its x-axis, there is a value of Fourier number. On y-axis, the value of theta. So different lines are there. We will just match the lines, and these lines, these are lines represent the inverse value of Biot number. So we will note the value of Biot number by using these two coordinates. We can also find this value from the internet also. If we are given the value of this theta and this Fourier number, we can compute the value of this Biot. Basically, the value we will get here, that is 1 over Biot. That is the inverse of Biot. So we will get this 1 over Biot number value, And if we will adjust this formula, Biot number will be equal to actually by the formula for Biot number we have already mentioned there uh, in the previous session, that is equal to h into length over k, and h we will adjust the formula to get the value of h, that will be equal to bi into k over r. So r is the length of the cylinder, and all other values are given here. So by using all of those values, we will compute the value of this h, that is the heat transfer coefficient, convective heat transfer coefficient. So now we will use the same procedure for the calculation of stainless steel cylinder. So now our experiment was to calculate the convective heat transfer coefficient by using the Biot number and Fourier number and all of these parameters. So that was our purpose, to determine the convective heat transfer coefficient of solid cylinder using analytical transient heat flow charts. So we have computed here the Fourier number, Biot number, Hasler charts we have used, and we have calculated the values of all of this convective heat transfer unit. So finally, we will draw a graph. We will take the values of these time from 0 to 40 or whatsoever is the time interval on x-axis, and against these values of time, we will draw a graph of t1, t2, and t3 on y-axis. So there will be a three curved lines of the graph against the values of time. So this is all about the experiment, lab session number 10. So thank you very much for attending this session.